Very good morning and welcome back to K24 this morning. It is that time when we get to discuss your relationship. And like I said, today is all about the long distance kind. How are you, finding it with Bay as far as your communication is concerned when they are close to you or when they are far? Sometimes you can be in a long distance relationship, but you guys are closer than ever, or you guys are actually in the same vicinity, but there's a communication problem. All right, so we want to discuss that and much more. And joining me today, I have Erastus Maleve. How are you doing, sir? He is a radio presenter and also a gentleman who is in a relationship. Now, he'll tell us how that is going or how that went in a few minutes. And of course, I have Grace Karaoke, who's a family counselor and a therapist as well. Karibu tena sana.
Asante.
We have our resident counseling psychologist, Mr. Benjamin Zulu. How are you doing, sir?
Thank you.
Manze, umetulia sana, umesmile.
Yeah.
Inakani kama kuna kitu umepatwa pale kwa reception.
Historia leo imenibamba.
Haikuanga kahawa peke yake.
Na sikwambii niende kuitisha.
Lakini karibuni sana.
Asante.
Erastus,
yes.
Let's start with you because you're probably the reason why a lot of people are watching. You have been in a long distance relationship. How was it and how far was Bay as far as the relationship is concerned?
It started about 2013.
Okay.
Just after finishing.
That is 2013.
13,
because
sorry.
20,000 would mean that to go 20,000 years in the future.
Exactly. It started 2013.
Okay.
And then it was just a one-off thing, like when you're not even sure whether you want to start it. And it was
Kwani
after
ilikuanga
campus.
kamwiste, ilikuanga one night stand, alafu ikaconvert ikakuwa kitu ingine?
Not really per se, but it was a good stuff.
Okay.
And then I was in the city,
Okay.
and she was still in the city.
City by city means CBD.
Yeah, CBD, Nairobi.
Okay. All right.
So she was in maybe to mention in Lavington, and I was in Roysample.
Okay.
So
But your city
that was a distance. And then things changed with time. And then she started working in she was doing an attachment in Meru.
Okay.
And so the distance started growing.
So ukabaki Roysambu, ya akatoka Lavi akaenda Meru.
Akaenda Meru.
All right. So ka distance kakaanza
kwenda.
Okay.
And then definitely what keeps long distance relationship at first is the communication.
Right.
So we kept talking, I kept visiting, she kept visiting, we kept in touch. And then things got AY at some point. I also shifted from the city.
Roysambu.
Yeah.
Roysambu si city. Roysambu ni place ingine tofauti.
Okay. I shifted from Nairobi
Yes.
to county. Nikakuwa local man. So I went to Kitui, and then she was still in Meru.
Okay.
So also another distance grew.
Yeah, sasa ika multiply.
It can multiply.
We?
And so we keep talking. We keep having like communications. We would even video call at some time after work. And then she was doing some attachment. She's a chef by profession.
Okay.
And I'm a radio presenter.
Yes.
So the shifts are quite tight for everyone.
So communication ikaanza to reduce because there's no time that you are free and she's free.
Exactly.
And vice versa. Okay.
Like her shift would run from 5 p.m. to what time? I guess 11 p.m. in the night.
Movie, there's something you almost missed, eh?
Yes.
Roysambu na Lavington.
Yes. No. You specifically, intentionally.
I think that's a vertical distance. Anyway.
So that's another also different long distance relationship.
Okay. I think we'll talk about that.
So mka shift, then now communication went down because of course your shifts kept on changing and so on and so forth. Okay.
Like when she's coming out from work, I'm already exhausted. I want to sleep. I want to catch up for the next day.
Okay.
And our day has just started, so she would report like 5 p.m.
Wow.
So at first we could keep up with the schedule of having to communicate, like calling, having like a 1 hour call, but then it got too tight.
Okay.
So when she's coming from work, she finds like I'm almost worn out. I don't want to speak for long.
Yes.
And maybe she thinks like I've been talking to some other people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where? I know that feeling.
Yeah.
Now that he has actually mentioned that.
Yes.
Communication. Why does Why does communication break down, Grace?
Well, because one of the things, like what he just mentioned, is that now we begin to assume, because there is no information, then I fill in the gaps. So if I'm talking to you and suddenly there is a change in the way that we've been doing things, then I begin to make assumptions. Look at social media. When we have these groups where people share, you know, I'm in this relationship with my guy, and then suddenly in the last 2 weeks, nikimpigia simu, he's not, you know, and we talk, we are no longer talking as long as we, and what do people say? Huyo anaongea na mtu mwingine. So we begin to make assumptions, and then our communication is not clear. So I'm not asking directly what I am feeling. So I want to, so I decide that how I feel, I call this emotional reasoning. So how I feel about that situation becomes the fact. And so I begin to believe that probably he is speaking to somebody else, or she is speaking to somebody else, and that translates to they are no longer interested in me. And Paul, we need to know that one of the ingredients of a good relationship, a healthy relationship, is interest. I have interest in you. That's why that's what we call I am into you. You see, so when I begin to feel like you are not into me, then I begin to assume you are into someone else.
And I want to, we shall get into that, the whole interest thing, because we know that distance also makes you lose interest in someone. So we shall definitely revisit that. But Benjamin, you mentioned the vertical distance. Now, for someone who's just coming through.
Huyu kijana alikuwa na courage sana.
Maybe dem alikuwa naishi Lavington kwa SQ.
By the time you talk your example, kakatia dem Lavington. Anyway, nimemheshimu. One of the things I wanted to mention is distance. Hatusemi Kenya na America. That is distance, yes. But let's redefine that. Two factors that determine whether there's a distance between the two. Physical distance is, are you going home to the same house every evening? If the answer is no. Number two, if you spend like a week without meeting, that's already distance. Unaweza pata kuna mtu the partner is always moving. Transit driver, something always moving.
Ama, moving target.
Another thing is, we are not saying lazima akue anaishi huko
mbali.
Anaweza kuwa ametembea tu for a month. Na atarudi. That distance alone. So what we are saying is, tusiache topic ya leo ikuwe ni wale wako na boyfriend ama ako Australia,
UK.
Me, I'm in a long distance relationship. I'll tell you how. She teaches in Machakos, I live in Nairobi. So if you ask me, that's distance now, because we depend on talking. We depend on phone, telecommunication to maintain touch. So I wanted to define and tell people not to feel like this is for far. So for me, if you satisfy those two qualifications, that kwamba you're not going home to the same house every day and a week goes without you meeting, that's already a distance relationship. And she has already hinted that we are going to say now what substitutes. Because I will surprise you, kuna watu, because of the distance, that's why their relationship remains. Wakiishi kwa nyumba moja kila siku watalipuka. They are so volatile, hiyo ka distance inawasaidia kumachua na kubreathe.
Yani, sometimes it can be a good
it's thing. Not a bad thing. Some relationships remain because unaishi mbali.
You know what, I want to rope in the audience into this conversation. The question of the day today is, can you sustain a long distance relationship? Me, and I can tell you for a fact, mimi hata niseme answer yangu in advance, I can't. So the question is, can you sustain a long distance relationship? Find us on our social media pages at K24TV and as well on our SMS line 21222. Also kindly call us. The phone numbers are on your screen. Let us know, first of all, are you in one? Have you been in one? Are you okay with being in one? And number 4, can you sustain it? And of course, we shall be taking those, or rather that feedback in a few.
If you can't, you need to marry somebody from K24.
Why? I go home to the same person every single day. And I'll tell you this before I get back to you guys. I was in one, because there's a time I used to work in Kisumu, and Bay was in Nairobi. And nilikuja, by the time nilikuwa narudi Nairobi, nilipata ameshachukuliwa na wengine. So I gave up on that venture.
There's a time rafiki yangu alibebwa na pickup akiwa amepanda hapa juu. Alafu ikaruka kwa mtaro, ikamrusha juu. So by the time akirudi akapata ilienda.
That's exactly what happened to me. I was in that pickup, ikagonga back kidogo, nikarushwa juu, kurudi nilipata na mchanga. So Erastus, for you, I don't know, is that what happened? Because communication started reducing, so would you say that you stopped reaching out to her, or she stopped reaching out to you, Or it was something mutual that you stopped reaching out to each other?
I think at first you were so good. We were trying to keep up.
Okay.
But there was burnout at the end of it.
Yeah.
Just an injection.
Yeah.
He said he was in day shift,
Yeah.
she was in night shift.
Right.
I think that's very important as he talked,
Yes.
to remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like I said earlier, when I'm getting home, I want to talk to her.
Just hold on to that because
Yeah.
we have Brian from Kisumu. Brian, good morning.
Good morning, habari ya asubuhi.
Mimi tuko salama sana. Kisii kuko namna gani?
Kisii kuko vizuri sana, baridi ndio mingi lakini tunajaribu.
Okay, so where is your bae? Is she in Nairobi? Is she out of the country? Where is she?
She's in Nairobi, lakini sasa the problem is
Yes.
I really even don't know if any longer we are in that relationship because
What?
nasema
No, I understand, but I'm shocked. What makes you not sure?
Of late, she even doesn't mind calling, or she doesn't even call me anymore the way we used to call each other.
Okay.
As in, she's saying that the distance is really affecting us, and I really told her to wait because the next time I'll be back in Nairobi will be in January.
Yes.
But she said if this continues,
Yeah.
things might change, tides might change. So I'm really confused. I even don't know what to do.
How long have you been in Kisii?
I've been in Kisii since end of July.
And have you visited each other since?
We've only met once.
Okay.
Then, around August. Then from there, we disappeared.
Okay. Just one more question. Is your schedule or her schedule so tight that flexibility hakuna?
Exactly. Yeah, her attachment is like from Sunday to Sunday. So
Yes.
she's like very much tight.
And how often do you talk on the phone?
We talk almost around per week. We talk almost 5 days a week.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Brian.
Okay, thank you very much.
Erastus.
July to next year, January,
Ja-
and you're not talking per day, you're talking per week.
Yeah.
5 times per week.
Per week.
Relationships need 1 times 3 per day, like painkiller.
So that, from Brian's conversation, what I'm getting is they have a scheduled time. Maybe nitakupigia saa sita during my lunch break.
Na hiyo siku imeisha.
Until tomorrow saa sita tena.
So, and this, you and her is around other people.
Grace, I don't know. What do you think about Brian's situation?
I think about Brian's situation is that they haven't sat down and really talked critically about their relationship. Most of the times, the reason why these relationships don't sustain over time is because there isn't a goal.
Okay.
So we are in a relationship, but we have not defined what we are, where we are going. We don't have
But
a relationship
how
goal.
soon if we started dating in January, I don't know about Brian, I'm
Yes.
just saying, if today I start dating a girl in January,
Yes.
I don't think by today, September, I necessarily have a goal. I just want to see where this is going.
That's
Probably
the
haven't
goal.
even met the parents.
That's the goal.
Okay.
You see, whatever the goal is, you need to have a goal so that
Okay.
you can plan. So the goal is we are trying to see whether we want to go into courtship for marriage.
Okay.
So if that is the case, in the next 1 year, I'll be at a job in Mombasa and you will be in Nairobi.
Okay, we
This-
have...
So you...
Yeah, sorry. We have a
okay.
Millicent from Kitengela. Millicent, good morning. Oh, we have lost Millicent. Yeah, so the goal.
So the goal doesn't always mean marriage. Doesn't always mean that
Yeah.
long-term relationship.
Because that is what me, when you tell me goal,
Yes.
ninaanzanga kukuangalia wewe unaanza kunisumbua sasa, nataka no ratio.
Exactly. So even for them, even for
And she's speaking on behalf of the feminine fraternity. They always
Oh,
think,
you have a different opinion, eh?
they always think, where are we? So what are we
yes,
doing?
exactly.
And the guy is wondering, no, let's hang around and see what comes up.
Exactly. So there needs to be, even if that is what you're going to say,
Yes.
normally what happens, our intentions and our expectations stay up here, but they are not being expressly talked about. For instance, him being in this relationship and working, and you're tired, and
Yeah.
she's
Married to
why not actually say, babe, you know what, lately I am feeling burnt out. I am really tired. So if I don't sound excited, because again, with long distance relationship, you are missing a big part of what full communication, effective communication is. Here we are talking more about just the words. We are not looking at body language, neither are we looking at the full gesture or the tone of the voice and all that. So we are missing a big chunk of that.
We have Agnes from Nakuru. Agnes, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing, Agnes? You sound bored. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Oh, sasa nakusikia vizuri. What is your question or comment? Yeah.
My comment is, you see, at times, we have some people like from KDF, for example.
Okay.
And they go for missions for a whole year.
Yeah.
They have relationships or they have families. So you can see at times this relationship you say that it is a distance relationship.
Yeah.
It is always, sometimes it is in the mind. Because if you love somebody,
yeah,
you still wait and you will understand.
Okay.
But if you have a constant, like most of the time this happens to women.
Yeah.
You have to understand your man.
Yes.
Your man has to understand you.
Okay, Agnes.
But if you don't give a leeway for that, relationships cannot work.
Asante sana, Agnes.
Karibu.
We have Jeanette also, rather. Jeanette, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
What is your question or comment?
I have a comment.
Right.
I'm in a long distance relationship. My boyfriend is in Nakuru.
Is in where?
Nakuru County.
Yes.
And I'm in Thika.
Okay.
But what keeps our relationship going is that we talk like 4 times a day.
Yes.
Yeah, we communicate a lot. And he has been there for almost 1 year.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And we visit each other. Yes.
Is he planning to come back anytime soon, or are you joining him?
No. Because he's working there and I'm working here.
Yeah.
We can't move.
Okay, so mtakuwa hata mkioana atakuwa tu uko na wewe huku.
Hapo sijui.
Ama maneno ya ndoa bado hamjaongea?
Maneno ya ndoa tumeongea, yes.
Okay.
But when we reach there, we will know.
Okay, sawa. Thank you very much, Jeanette.
Just to jump in.
Yes.
Like the way she's saying, like 4 times a day. At first we started like that. We would talk like 4 times a day, 4 times a day, every day. A month, another month goes, another month goes, and then they burn out. I think
Nafika mahali unasema,
there are some people who can add on it.
Yeah.
There are some people who can't.
We need to interject the point of age. I'm concerned how old these guys were.
All right. At that particular time. I don't know. Was it because you said it was in 2013? Then
I think she was 21. I think I was 25.
That's part of the problem. I posted on FB the very listing reasons that I think out of my practice, 22 years old, I've come to call it the age of mistakes.
Okay.
By then, I want to, especially for ladies, I want to encourage them to experiment with relationships without too much
expectation,
commitments up to 25.
Yes.
Up to 25, you can now think of settling. Maybe she was still exploring. And commitment looks like ukichukua mtoto.
You're making it sound like when she went to Meru alipata option B.
Okay, yani hata kabla aende Meru, akili yake ilikuwa enda Meru na ikaenda Mumias, alafu ikaenda Kisumu, ikijaribu where am I? I think many times ukichukua mtoto wa class 3 umwambie aketi kwa kiti
kwa class,
na akae hapo mpaka jioni na hakuna kucheza. That's what you're doing to a 21, 22 year old, tying them to one relationship and telling them to stay there for life.
What? This is a whole different topic.
Yes.
That's how emotionally they are. You see how the young one of everything, the young one of a child or a goat or a dog, the moment they learn how to run, they jump everywhere.
They can't
Your
sit in one
heart
place.
learns how to love at 19, 20, 21, and is excited about the whole feeling.
Right.
So you can hardly stay. You want to know there, here. So if you meet that kind of a girl, appreciate her beauty, but don't put too much expectations.
Let me ask you something, Erastus.
Yes.
When you people got these different opportunities to be in different counties, did it ever at one point cross you that way? This might actually be the beginning of the end.
No, not at all. Yeah.
You thought this was going to work out.
The chemistry was
mkachora
good.
plan, mkasema babe,
Exactly.
nitakuwa nakupigia 4,
Na
5,
wakatafuta
6, 10 times a day.
Majina ya watoto
She would visit, I would visit. We would have plans, of course.
Yeah.
I remember at some point we even think of what we call our babies.
Yeah.
Like those crazy stuffs. The chemistry was good.
Yeah.
But the more we kept going, the more
Shida ikatokezea.
Shida inatokezea.
Kuna Joyce kutoka Nakuru, I suppose. Joyce, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm very fine.
Leo watu wa Nakuru nakaa mko na long distance relationship sana.
Hello.
Hello? Joyce?
I'm hearing you now.
I can hear you. Go on. What is your question or comment?
My question is, I'm on a long niko kwa relationship.
Ya umbali. Where is Bay?
Yeah, I'm in Nakuru.
Yes.
And my husband is in Qatar and I'm in Kenya.
Okay.
We started off well, but now imefika mahali like things are going off the window.
Yeah.
Because we can no more communicate, we no longer communicate, talk effectively. He's always busy, sending pigia simu. When I touch on sensitive issue, like I want to flirt on the phone, he gets so angry.
Okay.
Anasema yani anaona kama ni kitu mbaya, but for me I think it's a good thing.
Wait, Joyce, you want to flirt with him or with other people?
With him.
Okay, all right. Go on. I was confused for a second.
With him, I want to flirt with him, but anaona kama ni kitu mbaya.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ah, okay, sir. I guess the councillors here will answer that. We also have Murgor. Murgor, good morning.
Morning.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine, sir.
What is your question or comment?
My comment is that relationships are funny, my friend. When people are still young, when they are still dating each other.
Yeah.
When people are still young, when they are dating each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, these relationships are very fragile. So it's better when people are married.
Yes.
So for relationships to be sustained, communication is very important. Otherwise, these relationships will break up. Communication, even when the people are living far apart,
yes,
they should communicate. They should communicate whatever circumstances they are in.
All right.
People should not hide behind tight schedules.
Okay.
They should make sure that they communicate daily, like painkillers, 1 time in 3.
True. Kongoi missing Murgor.
Na ujue ukiwa long distance sasa una privilege ya kunipatia cold treatment.
Yeah.
Si tukiwa hapa kwa nyumba unaninyamazianga, juu unanipunish. Ukiwa mbali alafu tuache kuongea, that's all. Umenyonga your relationship.
A whole day I feel like it's a whole year.
Grace alitaja akasema there's a level of maturity that must be for a long distance relationship
to be sustained.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's important for us to also identify that communication, when you talk about communication, and that's what Murgol has said, and the lady with the husband in Qatar, one of the things you want to flirt with him, but what is the setting? Because he may be at work, he may be, you know, so he's feeling uncomfortable. So we go back again to saying couples need to talk deeper about the move.
Okay.
So we are a young couple. She sounds like a young wife. So she's pining after her husband. She wants to flirt. She wants to feel the love and the cherishing and all that. He's not offering that. That's what she's asking for.
But
which
is in this long distance relationship, when I want to flirt with my wife or my girlfriend, and I want to, you know, to have that, you know, sexy talk, and I see that she's kind of withdrawn, don't you think I will ask myself questions like, why unakataa kwa nini? And when you are here, we talk about it.
Yes, and so I will begin to create some assumptions about why you are not doing that. So I need to be more proactive to ask, for instance, for her to be able to ask and say, hey, hon, I need, don't accuse.
Right.
Say, I need to flirt with you. I'm missing that. Remember how you used
or if you can't do it now, tell me what time.
And then you say, then you can say, because when you accuse, when you ask, why are you not? You put me on the defensive. It won't go anywhere. But communicate your need. I need to feel that you are still interested in me.
I want us to take a short break. Erastus, I'm still coming back to you because we need to know where this thing has broken down. Keep on sending your tweets. K24 TV, our SMS line still remains open, 21222, and of course we'll take your phones, rather, your calls immediately when we come back. The question of the day we asked earlier on is, can you sustain a long-distance relationship? Can you sustain a long-distance relationship? Let us know. We'll be right back.